I can understand what the fuck you're saying.
At least someone can.
Which is weird because you don't understand much of anything.
I know. What happened to your finger? What happened? I go to shake his hand, and I knew this the other day because I saw him at Right Brain, and I said, I went to shake his hand. He's like, no, don't do that. And then I went to shake his hand again when he got here. He's like, nope, left hand. Show it. What do you got there?
Oh, it's pretty good now. They just took the stitches out.
Say what? Right into that.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I just went in today and got the stitches taken out. But yeah, I shoved a couple fingers into my snowblower auger.
A running snowblower?
It was running, but my hand wasn't on the auger.
So was it idling?
Yeah, it was just idling. But it decided it was still spinning. And it got me. It got me.
How? Because I said before we started the podcast, I said typically I feel like you are a very smart individual with common sense.
Well, you are wrong.
And I'm like, what fucking led you to stick your hand? Like, I'm totally paranoid about that shit.
Me too.
Lawnmowers or anything, turn it off.
Yep.
You got to fuck with it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
At what point did you realize that it was a mistake? When your fingers almost got cut off, or like as you were putting your hand in there, and you're like, it was at the point of no return, and you thought this is a really dumb idea, and then bam, bam.
you know, it's funny that you asked that because now that I'm replaying it in my head, actually sticking it in before I got hit.
Yeah.
There was that moment when you're like, this is really stupid.
Yeah.
But I'm late, and there's ice. I got to get it out of there. The tool's in the garage. Yeah, it was. And then when it hit it, it was. I mean, you know, obviously, it was. Ah! Yeah, it was. Are my fingers still there? And then it wasn't bleeding right away, so I didn't even see the cut. And I'm just like, oh, okay, I just got a little. It just got a little bit, and then it turned all purple, and blood started going everywhere. And yeah.
Well, like different level. I mean, similar level of stupidity, just lower level of danger. I bass fish. And when you catch a bass, you just stick your thumb in its mouth and grab it, and you're fine. Caught a pike one time, and it's flopping around the middle of the boat, and like an idiot, I stuck my hand in its mouth, and as I'm touching its tongue, I'm like, this is a really stupid idea. I pulled it out before anything happened.
Well,
but
that's good. I did not.
Isn't it funny how, like, historically smart individuals do the dumbest shit in the world? That is hilarious to me. Just a total absence of, like, brain connection.
Look, man, I would love to be able to talk to Albert Einstein or fucking Stephen Hawking, assuming he could actually talk. And,
Ouch.
And
Well, he's dead.
and say and just for the purpose of asking them, what's the dumbest thing you've ever done in your life?
Stuck my hand in snowblower.
Well, here's the thing, and it made me feel so stupid because I interviewed once Neil deGrasse Tyson. Mm-hmm. I fucking scored an interview with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Awesome.
And I asked him, I said, all right, what is the most dumb person thing that you, like, you know, programming a VCR, doing stuff around the house, anything like that? He's like, no, I could pretty much fucking figure anything out. I'm like, God damn it.
No, I can't. So I think I love that you have a high regard for me as far as thinking I'm smart. Just lost that, but yeah, I have hard. Kids are great for that kind of stuff. Kids figure that out. Anywhere when you order something, it's like, kids, put that together.
But like smart people, I mean, they can figure stuff out, but they still have moments of intense stupidity. Like, I don't know, say for instance, you're driving down the freeway and you come up to an area of road construction and you go across the rumble strips and you think to yourself, I wonder what those are for. And then you answer yourself by saying, those are probably for blind drivers. So to let them know that there's construction coming up.
Yeah.
And then you immediately think to yourself after that, you're a fucking idiot.
Well,
that's not personal experience. I don't know how that happened.
No, it was really
That's
specific.
a really specific example.
I'm trying to right now. I'm trying to think of like the dumbest thing I've ever done, and I can't think of it. But I know.
Oh, everybody knows that you've done dumb shit.
Don't try and think of the dumbest. That's too many. That's too hard for your brain to figure out.
No.
Just one of the dumb things, yeah.
I remember I was working with my dad, and he's a mason, so we're throwing block off the truck. And his fucking truck had like these angle iron braces that went up and over. So I'm throwing 4-inch block off the truck. And like an asshole, I just threw it up against the angle iron and split my pinky finger completely down the middle. It was like splayed open like you would a fish. I'm like, well, yeah.
That's not dumb, though. It's just
So it wasn't dumb. It was just really poor aim.
Yeah.
Poor aim, poor choice. Now, I thought you were smart because you're a professional.
I don't know. That's different.
You own a comic book store, Top Comics in Traverse City, 8th Street in Traverse City.
Appreciate that.
Which I feel like a fucking asshole because I've never set foot in.
We have to have a reason to go in there, man. I should have brought you some books.
I want to, I like seeing your face.
Hey, have
Like
you
seeing
ever
your
read
face.
a comic book?
Yeah, but I've read 2 comic books in my life. One, well, there's other ones when I was a kid. They were like mini comic books.
Sure.
I read those. I read The Death of Superman because I'm like, that's fucking crazy. I'm going to read that. And then, because I'm a big Stephen King fan, they had the Dark Tower series from Marvel.
Yep.
So I read, I think, the first book of that series. And that's when I realized that, like, I'm not a comic book guy.
That's fine. That's what I mean. You have to have a reason to go in there. It's not for everybody, and I get that. It's definitely it's like, anything that you do in those lines. It's, I'm looking at my lines, and I'm not as big as your guys' is. I gotta get closer.
I'm going to minimize that.
I mean, it's just not for everybody.
So
that's why I like the movies, though, because the movies kind of tie everybody into it, and then all of a sudden you kind of get the guys that, maybe I should read the comic.
I want to talk about the movies in a little bit because comic book movies are so huge right now.
Yeah.
But
huge.
how did you come up with the decision, like, I want to open a comic book store? Were there any comic book stores in Traverse City when you started it?
There was.
How long has it been there?
It's been open since 1988. I've had it since 2008.
Okay, so you did not open it initially.
No.
Okay.
The previous owner passed away. I was actually a member there when I was a kid through my teenage years, and I knew him and I knew his wife. I worked with his wife, and he passed away really young, smoking and drinking. I know. Cheers to that. So they were gonna sell it off to a downstate company. They weren't gonna keep it open, and I just kind of was talking to her about it, the widow, and said, "Listen, I mean, I don't have any business sense at all, but I think there should be a comic book store in town. So let's work something out." And between that and another guy that had helped run it before that, Doug. I'm sure you've met Doug a couple times.
I think I have,
yeah, we've just been plugging along ever since. And I didn't know what the fuck I was doing for the first 3 years. I had a lot of money saved for retirement. It's all went into that. So once again,
great fucking choice.
Oh yeah. I was doing great, buying properties and saving for retirement, and then took over a comic store, and now it's still fun. I love it. I love it to death. But
I didn't realize you started that in 2008.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to ask you, my next question was, how the fuck do you decide to start a Comic-Con? Because you do the Cherry Capital Con in Traverse City. And by the timeline in my fucking limited brain, it was right about that time.
Yeah.
So you're like, I'm going to buy a comic store. By the way, let's start a Comic-Con.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think we ever intended it to be a big, huge Comic-Con thing. I think we just wanted to get writers and artists together, maybe have a few vendors in there, have a few guests, and just have some fun, and then just kind of
never underestimate the power of nerds.
I know, it's crazy. It's funny that we'll talk about C4 a little bit too, but we're gonna scale it back a little bit.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't like the way it was going. I really don't. It was getting
too big.
Yeah, too big.
Really?
It's not as fun. It feels like a job.
Well, I mean, there's so much involved. Because how many volunteers do you got for this thing? A fucking ton.
50. We usually go through up 50. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there gets to a point where anything that you start at a grassroots kind of level, if it grows and grows and grows, it gets to a point where it loses the original intent that you had.
You are 100% correct. That's exactly it.
So how do you scale it back? Because it's a big snowball. It's a big monster, man. It's like
you make people mad. I'm going to make some people mad this year, I think.
yeah, you think so?
We were doing the whole celebrity things. I said I would never do that. I just said, we're never going to have celebrities. We're never going to have wrestlers. We're never going to have that stuff. Nothing against that. I love all that too, but I wanted a comic convention with writers and artists, comic retailers, stuff like that. So now that it's getting into, it's getting into a lot of different things. And once again, I don't want to put any of that down. It's just not the intent of the show that I originally wanted it to be. And how actually Cartman, even when I talked to all those guys, he wanted it to be huge, of course. I mean, that's just.
Oh no! Look,
Cartman.
when Cartman has something in his brain, he wants to be as big and bad as possible.
Yeah.
But that's just that's the promoter in him. He's a natural promoter.
Oh sure. And every year he would be that way, where he just let's do this, and those are all those are great ideas, and it led to what C4 is today. But like I said, this last year just kind of took the wind out of my sails a little bit, and just made me want to scale back a little bit, and we'll see what happens to the attendance and the see if it pisses anybody off.
I can't see it pissing anybody off, because I feel like if you're going back to the true intent with which you originally decided to do it, then the true comic book fans and the true those guys are on board.
Well, sure. Well, I mean, we only had 800 people or whatever the first year, or whatever it was, which we were thrilled with that. So
last year was the 10th year, right?
10 years, we were in, 4 or 5,000, whatever it was, through the door. So, I mean, it's still not huge, but it's enough that you're like, those 800 people are probably the ones that I'm really going to try and placate to a little bit more.
Yeah.
And, so that's the possibility of over 3,000, 4,000 people that we're going to possibly try and piss off. But we'll see. No, we're still going to have the Star Wars guys there. We'll have all the Ghostbusters guys. We'll have all that kind of fun stuff that they expect. It's just we might scale back a little bit on.
Can we get a SmittyDick's booth there?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah! Woo!
Of course you can.
I don't know why he hates so many ideas. Here's the thing.
You want to go to Comic-Con?
Look, I don't know why, because he's just as nerdy as us. Like, there's different kinds of nerds. There's different level of nerds.
What can I set up a booth to show people how to pitch and flip bass jigs?
I don't know if that's
wrong show. That's the wrong show.
We should have got you in on the hunting expo in Gaylord.
We can start somewhere. Gotta start somewhere.
Man, I respect that. I respect the hell out of that.
I hope so. I hope other people, kind of understand what we're trying to do again and see. I mean, like I said, once it starts to feel like work, then it just wasn't as fun. And there's a ton of people behind the show now. It's not even remotely just me. There's so many people, and to try and get all those people on board with that too, we'll see. We'll see how it all goes.
Yeah. So we started talking about comic book movies. I wanted to ask you this: as a comic book, would you call yourself a comic book expert?
No.
Why?
I just wouldn't. I'm a comic book fan.
Yeah.
Doug, my co-owner at Top Comics, he's a comic book expert. He knows. He's like freaking Rain Man. He knows everything from like the last 50, 60 years. Who wrote it? Who wrote it and drew it and all that good stuff. And it's crazy. I don't get it. So I read what I like.
Yeah.
That's just, I think most fans will do that, whereas Doug reads everything whether he likes it or not because he wants to be informed, which is awesome for me.
No, man, like I said, it's a different level of nerd. Like there was a time where I read the compendium books for different seasons of fucking Next Generation. It's just what you're a nerd about, really.
Sure.
Metallica, don't get me started.
I'm a big Metallica fan too.
I was watching, I can't remember what Batman movie I was watching, but I was trying to figure out, like, what more could they possibly tell as far as, like, do we really need another Batman and Joker movie? Do we really need to tell any more stories on that? Because I feel like it's played out.
I mean, in comic book world, yes, there's more stories they can tell. But what they've been doing in the movies, and if you have read Batman at all, which doesn't sound like you have,
no.
Like the Christopher Nolan trilogy, they took a whole bunch of Batman storylines and they just kind of mushed them and used what they wanted to.
Yeah.
So that's kind of unfortunate because, like, if they did decide to do something just with one of those books, everybody's always going to be like, well, Nolan did that and that or whatever. So that just makes it really hard. And I think they don't know, especially like Warner Brothers. I think Marvel's caught on to the fact that they're going to be around for a little bit. But Warner Brothers, who runs the DC Comics, I think they're just assuming that we don't know how long this window's going to be and how long it's going to stay open. So let's get whatever we can get done.
Just jam whatever we can in
fuck
there.
you, I don't want to see that anymore. And then they're like, okay, we'll go do something else.
Well, I was jazzed for Justice League. I really liked the Man of Steel movie.
Did you?
I thought that was really good. Yeah,
good.
But here's the thing: I like comic book movies. I don't like comics, or I don't necessarily. But I thought that was pretty good. I thought the Batman versus Superman was all right. It was cool, I guess.
Sure.
But the Justice League, I thought was. I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, how can Marvel get it so right while they're getting it so wrong? Because everybody seems to think Marvel is doing it absolutely right.
Well, like I just said, Marvel since actually, I think the first Iron Man came out the year I opened up the store also. So, I mean, that's what you're looking at, over 10 years.
Did that
they
pump?
Oh, yeah.
Anything in your business?
Yeah. All these movies get people in the door. You just got to try and get the money out of their pockets. I mean, getting them in the door isn't everything, but just like anything else. But since that day, I think since Robert Downey Jr. walked out there and grabbed everybody's attention, they've had this, idea over a decade, and I think that they saw that right then and there, whereas the other, studios don't see that. They're, like I said, they're really trying to maybe squeeze 2 or 3 movies as much as they can before they lose the attention of the fan base, and I think that's just from, their past, how they've developed movies. You get 3 movies, and that's about all you're going to get, and you're lucky if you get that, whereas Marvel has taken this whole universe and basically created they're all basically Iron Man. We're watching Iron Man 10 or 11 at this point. So
it's unbelievable how fucking good it is.
Yeah.
The last Avengers, Infinity War, I'm just like that's their Empire Strikes Back. That's like, I don't even know how they can top that.
Well, see in a month.
do you get pissed off if you see spoilers?
They're not spoiling this one at all.
No.
Are being very
but I'm like,
secretive.
I see stuff on like Nerdist or whatever.
Oh, like theories and stuff?
Theories. I don't even like to see theories because I'm like, I don't want any of that. I just want to go into it blind.
Sure. And they have, I think because they are losing a lot of their stars, or at least they say they are. We'll see if they end up re-upping for some of these guys. But supposedly it's, Hemsworth and Evans and Robbie Downey Jr., supposedly this is it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're going to, I don't know if it's going to be during the movie or with after credit scenes, what they're going to do, but they have to get the fans excited about a new, group of whatever, if they want to continue this run that they've had. Because I think those characters have really, or those actors, I should say, have really carried it so far.
It's like, I don't know, because I'm such a fan of, even though, like I said, I don't read comics, like I watched the fucking X-Men cartoons, and I watched all the. I love that shit.
Yeah.
But I can't see anybody else playing Wolverine other than Hugh Jackman. And I saw that they're probably going to, or they're talking about doing an Avengers versus X-Men movie.
We'll see. I mean, they have the rights. I mean,
Yeah.
so that's what I'm thinking. We're going to see some kind of tease of Fantastic Four or X-Men or something because they own all those characters now, and they're being so secretive. I just have a feeling they're going to come up with something. And it's funny you mention Hugh Jackman because he's the exact opposite of Wolverine in the comic books. I mean,
Is he really?
I mean, Wolverine's short and kind of ugly and hairy, and he's just kind of considered
Well,
not
I know
really
Hugh
attractive.
Jackman is a dreamy, tall individual.
That's a whole nother podcast.
But
But yeah, so that's I agree. He did a great job, but I mean, they could pick somebody and make the comic fans really happy because they could pick something that's a little more stocky.
Which will disappoint all of the layman fans. He's no Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, probably. Yep.
I had somebody call me today on fucking Snapchat. I don't know if you ever have this happen.
No.
But like, I don't know. I'll follow anybody pretty much on like Snapchat or Instagram. kind of on Facebook too. I like, as long as you're not a dick, we're fine. But I've had like 2 people in the last week either Facebook call me that I don't know or Snapchat call me that I don't know. I'm like, what the fuck? Do you think, like, you just don't, like, I didn't give you my number. Giving somebody your phone number, that's an okay to call you, even though I don't want to fucking talk to you on the phone anyway.
Yeah, that's weird. If my mom Facebook phone calls me, I hang up. I don't answer the phone with anybody on that. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, this must be a mistake.
Yeah, it's got to be a mistake.
No, I just hang up. I don't answer.
Yeah, well, you should.
But they were like,
Crazy fans.
what? That's happened too.
I'm sure.
But they'd be like, hey, what are you doing? Right after I don't answer, they're like, hey, what are you doing? Fuck. I'm sitting here doing none of your fucking business is what I'm doing. Like, in what world is that all right to just call somebody you don't fucking know?
They must have not been an attractive woman.
I don't answer those either.
Does her face show up when they're calling?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Don't pretend like you wouldn't.
No, I don't. I'm not that goddamn hard up. Here's the thing, too. Like, I'm single, but you fucking people don't make fun of me.
What do you mean, you people?
I'm talking about him and specifically my boss at one of my bosses at Right Brain. Her name's Terry. She's a sweetheart.
Which one's Terry?
Terry. There's only 2 managers at Right Brain.
I know. I don't know the names really well.
She's tall. She's got dark brown hair.
Oh, she's a creepy, dark-haired one? I'm just teasing. Does she listen to this?
I don't know.
That was a joke.
Anyway, like Terry is constantly interested in my dating life.
Like motherly, or
Like,
do you want to go out?
no. She's married. She is not interested in that at all. But she's constantly going, I'm going to set you up with somebody. I'm going to set you up with somebody. And I fucking
Why did you
hate
put?
that.
Why did you group me up with this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Why
but
did-
I can't remember the point.
Fuck it all.
I can't remember the point.
There was a point there. There was supposed
Oh,
to be.
it's because you fucking people think I'm desperate or something.
I don't think you're desperate.
Yeah, I'll just oh, it's a hot chick.
Look, I don't think you're desperate. I don't think you necessarily have standards, but that's different from being desperate. There's a big difference between fucking anybody just because and fucking anybody because that's all you think you can get.
That sounds logical.
First of all, I don't just fuck. Look,
I know you don't right now.
If I don't even want to admit how long I go in between banging, all right? I don't want
don't do that.
because it's just a headache. Like I don't like. If I wanted to, I could. That's the thing.
With what he said, yeah. I mean, you can.
So that's the point. Is that
Look,
people think
I'm looking at it from a historical perspective.
Hysterical.
Not just right now. Not just the last, few months. Look, I know your track record.
Nobody else does.
Just like, I don't. So this is pretty interesting.
You told me.
Nobody else does.
Well, they do now.
Oh man, I'm changing the subject now on purpose. Bringing shit up to embarrass people on podcasts. We had Josh Thomas, who works at Right Brain, in here, and he had told me. I feel like a dick, but he had told me in confidence.
Uh-oh.
He's like, dude, I got a thing for pregnant chicks. There was a pregnant chick at Right Brain. Yeah.
Well, you got to bring that up, though. That's kind of
That's fucking hilarious.
that's cool. I think every guy secretly probably has a slight. Maybe not every guy, but I think pregnant women look beautiful.
There's something about a pregnant woman that is fairly attractive.
Well,
I don't know if I
think he said or you said, I can't remember who it was, but you're like, well, because they're horny.
That could be a reason.
Their hormones are crazy.
Surprisingly, that's not a part of my low standards. Fuckface. But his girlfriend saw that, and he got in so much trouble, it took him like days to get out of it.
Really?
I guess so.
Oh, that's silly.
Probably get him in trouble right now.
You should be able to look at somebody, as long as you don't do anything about it.
That's the thing, man. Oh, man.
I'm glad I'm married. Jeez.
That's you're the first dude that I've ever heard say that, actually.
It might be the first time I ever said it, but
Your wife is a lovely, lovely human being.
She's awesome. She loves beer and she loves me. And she's a great cook.
I cook for myself.
I do too. We cook together.
Aw.
I know.
When you were married in August, I did not make the wedding.
I invited you.
How is I know, but I was just getting back from Montana, so I couldn't make it.
Well, you had a good reason. You
Yeah.
probably had the best reason.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would have skipped my wedding for that.
I would have brought you with me. I would have brought you with me.
You just told me.
So, I think I did. I turn that camera off? No. Okay. So how is you're coming up on a year of wedded bliss, man?
Not really.
Close.
It's the end of summer. Come on. Let's just get to summer first.
What part is not really? The year or the wedded bliss?
Trying to create controversy. No, it's great. It's been awesome. I don't even look at it through time like that. It's just every day is our anniversary. So,
I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that clip.
Put it in there.
I'm gonna save that clip.
That's fucking great, man.
I'm gonna post that. Just that 5-second bit. Every day is an anniversary.
Every day.
It's beautiful. Changing the topic again.
Yeah, let's get to more manly stuff here.
We were watching SportsCenter,
Okay.
and there was, I can't remember, was it SportsCenter or was it on my phone? Anyway, there was a clip of this 4 foot tall dude with dwarfism. Some people would call him a midget.
Dwarfism.
And he's playing basketball, and it's just like, this little dude's balling. And he's playing against people, and he was a good ball player. He's going up for threes and nailing them. But the thing was, nobody's guarding him. Everybody's giving him like mad space. I'm just like, I'm not a great basketball player by any stretch of the imagination. But I'd be up there like, boo! Get the fuck out of here with that.
You'd probably be better if nobody was guarding you.
No, he wouldn't.
No?
No, I suck. No, I can't dribble. I can't shoot.
With the midget, it'll look like that. What is that Geico commercial with the barbershop quartet? Shoot the J. Nope.
So
Is it midget now or is it back? Is it little?
It doesn't.
What
it's
is it?
supposed
matter.
to not be midget.
What is it?
Look,
But here's the thing.
Look, it's supposed to not matter, but
I agree.
Well, I don't want to offend anybody, but I
Well-
just want to know what I'm supposed to call people anymore. I don't even know.
nobody knows.
I don't know.
It's just a person. It's just a person.
It's a little person,
But
smaller person.
I'm fat. Somebody calls me fat, and be like, all right, yeah.
You're fat-ish.
So, like, sorry, you're a midget. That's just the way it is.
But yeah, you're not supposed to say midget, but I did a midget wrestling
That
event,
makes it a
pro
midget?
wrestling.
Then it's midget.
Yeah, because I asked him, I had him in the air for an interview, and I said, do you prefer midget or little person? And he's like, fuck that, I'm a midget. I'm like, all right, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
breaks it.
all right.
Cool.
It's fucking tall, white women that you can't call them a midget. They're the ones that get offended.
Why do they got to be tall?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, normal
Now we're gonna
height,
offend tall white
normal
women.
heighted.
Yeah.
Normal heighted.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're taking a whole bunch of people off of Smitty's dating.
I just don't understand because I love Terry at work, and if she sees this, and I'm not talking shit about you, but like we've had at least 5 conversations about my dating life, and she'll bring it up, and one of the first things out of my mouth are like, I would love it if you fucking stop talking.
I was just gonna say, are you playing along or
No.
If you're saying that, then that's really weird that she's still doing that.
No, I had the recent conversation. When I say recent, within the last year or so, sitting at dinner with my grandmother and my mom and my aunt, And they're like, so when are you going to get married?
What's different?
When are you going to get, when are you going to have a kid? And I'm just like,
Look, you know that's Aunt Julie just being...
well, no, Grandma was too.
Well, right, but Julie's the one that fucking starts it. And then Grandma's like, oh, yeah.
I don't know who started it, but I'm just like, God. I called him out at some point, and I'm just like, I don't know why you're talking about this. Like, I would really appreciate you not talking about this.
How old are you?
43.
That's why
I'm well aware I'm single.
That's why they're talking about it. Your clock's
you?
ticking.
Look, I'm at the point where, like, if somebody starts talking about shit that I don't want to talk about, I'll straight up tell them, look, you can keep talking about this, but if you do, I'm fucking leaving.
That's what you should do. Just walk away from her next time.
I can't just walk away.
But you warned her that you don't want to talk about it. So, I mean, yep. I mean, she's not taking the hint.
Hey, Terry, what are you doing? Yeah? Guess what I'm doing? What? Mind my own fucking business.
No, because I went out. I didn't. It wasn't. I kind of went out on it. I kind of went out on a date last week, and
What's a kind of date?
It wasn't. You know, whatever. It was a date, but I don't give a fuck.
That was a mid. Never mind. I don't know if she watches or not, so I don't want to.
Yeah, no,
I don't want to ruin anything.
no.
He'll do that all on his own.
So something she had. I think she said. I don't know how the fuck it came up, and I said, "Well, I just went on a date on Monday." To me,
See,
that's I know, but to me, that is like I said that much. It was insinuating that I wasn't dating ever, that I just needed help. I need help being set up. That's what irritates me. I'm like, I'm perfectly capable of doing it myself if I want to do it. I don't have the time. I don't have the desire right now. That being said, she's like, oh, where'd you go? What'd you do? Where'd you do this? And I'll just go, oh, I went to none of your fucking business. That's what I went.
Did you?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
There. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
You took his advice.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm the first person that.
I've never seen you.
And she laughed, didn't she? She goes, ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
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 Well, because everybody thinks because you're kind of a smartass, you know, so they're just thinking, oh, he's. Just
I mean,
smartass.
you have to appreciate that somebody is taking an interest in you.
I look, and I know it comes from the best possible place. I don't know why it irritates me so much, but god damn it, it does. How long? Okay,
Silence.
how long are you right now? How old are you right now?
How long am I?
How long? don't answer that.
Gosh, I'm 48. I'll be 49 this summer. Yeah.
Look it, man. I feel like I look older than you.
We agree.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happiness does too.
How long were you with your current wife before you were married?
It was a good time. About 5 years.
Okay. Before that, how long were you single?
Not very. I was married a very long time before that. My first wife.
Okay.
So I haven't been alone that much. We met online though.
Did you really?
I'm all for
no,
that.
man. Look,
I'm all for it.
Meet online. Like I meet
sick
chicks. I meet chicks through Facebook, and that's great. That's fine. It's just another way to meet people in theory.
No, I went to actual whatever you call it, like eHarmony or whatever. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just kind of cool. You can see who has hoping they're honest and like-minded things. Excuse me.
I haven't. I haven't really.
I wasn't desperate. I was just kind of like. I didn't want to date. I didn't want to date. I would rather just talk to somebody and figure them out and not date. So the first time we met, I already felt like I knew her. So it was good. It was pretty cool.
Oh, that's fantastic. I had a point to this whole conversation. I can't remember what the fuck it was.
Train wreck.
The story of this podcast, man.
Not wanting people to talk about your personal shit.
Oh yeah, that's right. He keeps segueing away from how old are you? So we don't talk about your lack of dating.
Well, seriously,
but you did have a date.
I
kind of.
I am. You know how people say you need to be happy. The fuck, man.
She wanted up.
Hi. Can you bite me?
No, she's not going to bite you. Watch, she bites him. Get it on camera.
That'd be great.
That'd be fantastic.
Hi.
Now I forgot what I was going to say. You know how people say that you need to be happy being single, and you need people say that stuff, right?
Just be happy. Period, man.
Right. I am totally 100% happy where I'm at right now. So I don't need to I don't have an overwhelming desire to
Just be you, man. Just do it. That's cool. I like it. I like being with somebody, but yeah.
No, I'm not opposed to the idea. If it happens, it happens. That's the way I see it. If it happens, it happens.
Yeah, but I feel like I kind of like pushed the envelope because I took a step to change it, and it changed. So, I mean, maybe that's, if you're going to sit there and not push the envelope, maybe you're going to be alone forever and ever.
Maybe. Terry, can you help me?
Terry, yeah, he needs to talk.
Well, as long as she's there, he always has an outlet. So just in case he starts to feel lonely,
There you go.
you have plenty of people willing to.
Well, she said she's like, I want to bring my I want to hook you up with my sister-in-law, and I'm like, I'd really prefer you didn't.
Did you get a picture?
No. That shouldn't matter.
Yeah, but it does.
Come on.
Look,
a little bit.
I am one of the lesser shallow people around, and fucking it matters.
Oh no, it totally matters. But I don't like the idea of being set up like blind dates or anything like that. Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst I can possibly imagine.
Yeah, that would be gross.
Yeah, because you don't like. I mean, you like more people than I do, but you don't like anybody.
I like lots of people.
Yeah, I know, but
Like
but in the grand scheme of things,
While I'm here,
in the grand scheme of things, most people you run into, you're like, I don't fucking like this person at all. So
there's some truth in that. Most people you're like, I wouldn't hang around that guy, even though they might consider you friends.
Well, and I think that's because you and I were talking. Is that George Carlin bit where he said, I think it was him that said half of the population is dumb as fuck.
well,
I'm smarter than that group, okay, but not by much. And I like smart people. I like smart people that have well-informed thoughts and opinions and aren't assholes about it and and can just shoot the shit, like that kind of thing, but not just.
Well, that's hard to find though. Most smart quote unquote people you talk to or knowledgeable people you talk to, a lot of them definitely will make you feel a little condescending talk toward you or whatever. So I don't like that either though.
It's usually the condescending ones that don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah,
I think they do though. I mean,
yeah, and there's a big difference, but like I always talk about, there's levels of intelligent people, and there are levels of intelligence in people, and there's like the people that are really fucking smart and know they're really fucking smart, and that's like Albert Einstein. And then like at the very bottom of the scale, there's people that are really fucking stupid. And this is like this is like actually people that are capable of daily life, not people in homes and shit like that. And then there are people that are really fucking stupid but think they're smart. Because you can have somebody. I worked with a guy for a long time that he was not a smart guy, but he admitted it. He would say, look, I'm an idiot. Every day he'd talk about how dumb he is. And it's about knowing your limitations. And if you are dumb and you know you're dumb and you just accept that, you're actually doing a lot better than a lot of other people.
I just go with the fact that I think I'm above average intelligence, but I just happen to have streaks of fucking stupidity. I think that's kind of where I lay.
Yeah, I'm definitely in the middle. So I just smile a lot,
Smile and nod.
Just walk around.
Yeah,
looking,
and that
you seem smart, but you walk around looking dumb with his head.
Yeah, but that gives the illusion of intelligence, because everybody who's throwing an opinion at you, you just are like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
They like,
thank you, sir.
They walk away from
What a
you
host.
thinking, that's a really smart guy.
No, I've done way more dumb things in life than smart. So
I think
that I have Smitty fooled is amazing.
people that either meet me or hear me on the radio for the first time are like, that guy's dumb. It's people that have to people that spend an inordinate amount of time with me are realize at some point, oh, he's actually pretty smart. But,
I never thought you were dumb.
No.
I have
I have.
many times.
You're allowed to.
We don't talk that
Family.
often, though.
Yeah. Well,
I've thought
there is that.
I have like 36 years. Of the 36 years, I've probably thought that he is smart.
You're 36?
Yeah.
You guys are pretty far apart.
7 years.
Yeah. I probably thought that he was smart about 15% of the time.
I'll take it.
Where's Angry Viking fall?
He's in the middle.
Middle?
He's 5 years
All right,
younger
that
than
makes
me.
sense
Yeah.
then. So you weren't a mistake or anything then?
No, I
He
probably
was totally
was.
mistake.
Oh, I'm sure I was.
He was a total mistake.
I was
Parents were poor.
I was a
They're
mistake.
like, we can't afford another one of these
Yeah.
fucking motherfuckers.
I was a mistake, but I usually say they've stopped when they got it right.
You could put it that way too.
Well,
That
we were
sounds
talking.
better.
We were talking about the midget basketball player. He was like, we were talking about that, and he said, "What the fuck did you say
I don't know what the fuck you're talking
about being short?"
Oh yeah, everybody used to make fun of me for being short.
I had no recollection of this.
Because I was really short until like my freshman year of high school. I grew like 9 inches my freshman year of high school. And up until then, everybody made fun of me for being super short.
He was never short to you?
Well, I asked him. He said everybody made fun of me. I'm like, did I? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh fuck.
What a jerk.
Dude, I don't care.
I don't know. Maybe I have no recollection of that because probably when you grew that 9 inches or whatever, I was probably in the army.
You were.
So I don't remember you growing, and maybe I remember. Maybe I could go back and look at letters because we corresponded via letter.
I specifically remember you telling somebody that my balls dropped because I had talked to you on the phone, and my voice dropped.
Oh.
So
Brother.
that was the time that you were in the army that I grew 9 inches.
No, that's what's funny to me is that I have zero recollection. I usually remember shit that I gave people hell for or
That's
whatever.
a long time ago.
Well, I mean, you didn't like fucking pick on me persistently for it, but everybody made because I was always the fucking smallest guy. I was always
remember that at
like
all.
when I would play sports in school or whatever, pick up. I was always the last guy picked because I was always the smallest. And I fucking dominated because everybody underestimated me.
They didn't guard you.
Yeah, and they fucking made that mistake, and then they started guarding me, and I still kicked their ass.
All right, good for you. I'm trying to throw a joke in there.
Do you think that being short? Because I don't want to say you have a Napoleon complex. I don't mean that at all. But like, do you think that because you get unreasonably pissed sometimes, like waiting for a package or something, you know?
I don't get unreasonably. I don't get My temper is by far the best of our whole family.
Mom has well.
No, I've seen Mom break a spoon over Josh's head. All right.
Yeah.
So our mom has a temper.
She's super tolerant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I got nothing.
look, and I don't care if it's the middle of winter, when I buy something that has 2-day shipping and it takes 4 fucking days and it's not there in 3 days, that third day I'm pissed off.
But it doesn't do you any good to be mad because it's on the way. It's not like you can call. It's not like anybody.
I don't know it's on the way. All I see is
You can track
it got here. All I see is it arrived at the facility in Illinois fucking 2 days ago, and it hasn't fucking moved in a day and a half.
But you know it's gonna get here.
Do I?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Have you ever had a package not show up?
No.
There you go.
That doesn't mean it won't. And if my fucking crankbaits haven't gotten here by the time fucking the ice melts, I'll be fucking pissed, and I will burn down every Cabela's in the fucking world.
See, that's unreasonable.
That is unreasonable.
Yeah, he
But
probably
that's
got anger
fishing.
things.
That's fishing.
I can't even imagine you getting mad.
Really?
No.
Yeah, I try to not.
You're
do
such an even keel dude.
Try not to do it in public. You know, it's kind of.
Do you get loud?
I have gotten loud, yeah. If I need to. What? Sometimes you have to. I don't do it over a package, nothing personal. But I do it over other things.
What fires you up? Nothing does.
There's really, getting on Facebook's all you have to do sometimes.
God damn it. No, that's fucking true.
Seriously, that's probably when I get the most riled up, and it's usually just in my inside where I don't, I know better than to start typing on anything.
I make the mistake sometime of looking at comments, whether it's political, whether it's
it's like a train wreck, though. You have
know.
to look a little bit, and then you're like, oh my God, there's so many dumb people out there.
It makes
like
you feel
said,
better.
The whole thing.
It makes
does
you
make me feel
about
better.
Yourself.
But I want to go in there and just be like, you're so wrong. And
Yeah, that's what you want to say. You're so wrong.
Yeah, but they're literally like really wrong. There's some, sometimes you have an opinion about something, that's fine. Opinions you can't be wrong about, obviously. But some people just state things that just say are facts. And
fucking up facts, yeah.
Dude, that is totally not true. And yeah, politics, any of that stuff. It drives me nuts. I don't know if I get mad about it. It just makes me realize that, the smaller you can, and I say this to everybody I know, the smaller you can make your world, the better off you're going to be. If you can just have like less than 10 people in your life that are always affecting your life, then you're going to be really, really happy because it's easy to boot them to the curb at that point. All right, you're number 11 now. Sorry.
No, man, I'm a firm believer in that, and I'm working actively to shrink that number.
That's good.
Yeah.
Get rid of the cancers in your life. It's just, it's not worth it. And that's how I stay even keeled as much as I can.
I have about 15 guys that actively affect my life negatively every fucking day.
At work?
Yeah.
Work's hard, though. You can't. I'm in a space where you can at least, I fake it at work with a lot of people, obviously, because you deal with a lot of people. But yeah, if you're dealing with coworkers on a daily basis, there's nothing you can do about that, and I apologize.
There's something I can do.
Well,
see, okay, now it brings me to the question. Do you let that shit negatively affect you too much?
It's not.
Is it stuff that you could just let wash off like a duck's back?
No, it's not. Because I'm the one that has to fucking deal with the bullshit that they create. In a managerial role, I'm the one that has to deal with it.
But is there a better way to deal with that than getting pissed? Like, I don't know. I'm asking the question. I don't know. Is there a better way you can deal with it than letting it piss you off and work you up? Because you can die of a heart attack.
I'm not that lucky.
See, I'm the opposite. My temper can go from 0 to 10.
Yeah,
like
you got
that.
a temper.
But I don't let it affect me that often anymore. I've learned to kind of just let shit wash, and I don't like stuff at work. Yeah, sometimes it fucking really bothers me. But
which work? Both.
The one where you're on the air.
Yeah.
No. Well, maybe. I don't know. That being said, sometimes I do, but overall, I mean, I'm like, all right, well, whatever.
It depends. I mean, there could be issues just of general stupidity, which I deal with all the time, that I just go, all right, whatever. And then there's issues that an individual actively does dumb shit that either makes me have to do some damage control of some sort.
I don't want this guy's job, man. Holy shit.
And
what do you do?
No, you don't, because I've heard about it a lot.
And like, it's shit that, and I talk to an individual, and they say, "Oh yeah, I did this and this and this," and I'd just be like, that was clearly not the right choice to make.
See, here's the thing. I would almost make a game out of it, I think. Because I would say, because I'm a firm believer in like how you react to things, dictates how you feel. Like you kind of choose how you want to react to shit. And that really like Either you want to react to it pissy, you're going to be in a pissy fucking mood.
Yep.
You can be in a good mood. Depends on how you react to it. I think I would react to something like that more like I would play a game with it. So tell me about your thought process there. tell me how you came to that decision, because I really want to understand it, because at that point it becomes a game and you can have fucking fun with it.
As long as you're not condescending and they know it. Look at him. He's stewing.
The main guy that I have issues with, I don't think is bright enough to understand whether you're being condescending or not. Because I've made very, very, very obvious jokes at his expense that right over his head.
Well, that sucks. But it's not even getting it.
Oh, man. Fucking wasted joke.
Yeah.
I know, and it pissed me off.
All right, so what do you got coming up, man? I know you got...
Moving on.
I know you got Comic-Con coming up. Is that Memorial Day weekend still?
Memorial Weekend, yeah.
Cherry
So
Capital Comic-Con?
it's it's full bore. Hey, we got the creator of The Crow, the movie guy.
Are you serious?
Yeah, James O'Barr's coming. He's a
The
Michigan.
first one, not the remake.
No, the real one. Yeah,
Yeah, the real one.
Yeah, he wrote, drew, he did everything for that.
I'm serious.
Oh,
What the
Do you have
fuck?
do you have an iPhone?
That wasn't me.
Was that me? That was my phone.
well, let me.
Just fucking idiot.
You know, you're
I'm
like,
serious. Which, by the way, I just saw your text. Yes, Fusion, you're in the right driveway. Yeah.
oh yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the one that we've been actually trying for a while because he's from Michigan, and he's in New York now or New Jersey or something like that. So, he finally said yes. So that was a big one
Cool.
for me
Yeah.
because he's once again The Crow, wasn't a movie first. Obviously, it was a graphic novel.
Yeah, I had no idea.
From the Detroit company Caliber. They were the ones that published it first a long time ago, and it was great. And they did a great job with that movie. And so that was like one of those cool things that I get. Those are like the moments of a show where you're like, oh, I'm happy I do the show because you can do stuff like that.
Well, it's like it was 2 years ago, I want to say, where you had I can't remember his goddamn name, but there's two actually, because you had Brian O'Halloran who played Dante in Clerks, and that was fucking super cool to talk to that dude.
Yeah,
get him on the air. He's a cool guy.
Very cool guy. I like him a lot.
But then Jerry from The Walking Dead.
Oh, gosh.
I know it's I want to say Connor, but that ain't right.
No, oh gosh. I feel horrible. I don't remember his name.
Anyway, that guy.
That guy.
Jerry.
The big, awesome.
But no, I see what you're saying, because I'm like, I am a huge Walking Dead fan. So that I was just to be able to just talk to him a little bit and talk to him, obviously, because last
bigger
season,
and bigger in the shows too, which is really cool to watch him like progress in the show. He used to be kind of like behind the scenes guy, and
I had to stop myself from asking him, how the fuck are you still fat on that show? Like, how the fuck is Jerry? How the fuck is Jerry fat on that show? Like, at this point in the apocalypse, you got to be losing weight, man.
Yeah, but they've been growing corn for since the apocalypse started. So
Yeah, they're getting a lot of exercise.
he's like Samoan or whatever, So it's
Just a big dude.
it's just in his bones. Yeah.
So, Khan, you got the creator or the director of Crow, the movie.
No, the actual writer,
Oh, the writer of the series. Excuse me. Yeah.
artist. He did everything, and then he's actually part of all the whole process for that
All right.
movie and stuff. So yeah, really really cool. I mean, we got other people too, but there's comic people. I mean, like I said, we're probably going to stick with comic people this year, and rock the boat a little
That's a
bit.
good move. No, I like that. Yeah.
I'm happy with it, and I can sleep at night, so I'm fine with it.
Fantastic.
And then Free Comic Book Day is the first thing, which is May the 4th. May the 4th be with you.
Is that free comic book day?
Free Comic Book Day
Maybe
this
I'll
year.
go in and get a goddamn comic
There
book.
you go, and they're free. So if you don't read them, you can not feel as bad, even though I pay for them. But
No, if I'm going to get it, I'm going to read it. That's the thing. Yeah.
we have there's like a roller derby group of girls that are going to come and dress up and hang out front with the people and while they're waiting.
yeah,
in line
maybe
and
he
stuff.
can hook you up.
Fuck you.
How is your personal life?
Let me give you a left-handed shake because you put your goddamn hand in a snowblower.
Change the subject again.
Master. Anyway, Mike Akerley, Top Comics, Traverse City.
Hey, Akerley.
That's what I said, right?
No, you did. You said it right.
Let's tell this story, because this is a funny story, by the way. For the longest time, because he would come in the studio for an interview, and I would call him Mike Akerley.
Everybody does.
So he came in the studio one day, and he bounced his name back to me as a correction. I said Akerley. He goes, Akerley. And I thought he said, hey, Curly.
Oh, hey, Curly. That's what
Hey,
it was.
Curly. So from fucking now on, I just want to be like, because he's bald, so it's even funnier. Hey, Curly.
Hey, Curly.
Hey, but now you say the name right, so it's all the
No,
wheels
it's
are
word
turning.
association, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Curly. Thanks, buddy.
Is there a C before the K?
No, everybody wants to put a C in there, but why would there? All right.
I think I have your.
Do you have a
name.
second that I can talk about the Akerley name?
Yeah, 'cause
How do you spell make?
Right.
How do you spell cake? How do you spell rake? How do you spell fake?
I don't know. Did I want to
Hey,
see
take.
AKE.
I know how to spell your name because I've seen it a million times.
No, but everyone wants to put a C in there.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to say.
Haha, I spelled it with the right thing in my calendar. Woohoo!
Good.
No.
It's just funny how I just don't get it having that be my name the whole time. Like, why people want to put a C in there? Because I'll say Akerley, A-C-K. That's Ack. I mean, you really want it to be Ack, don't you? You just want it to be Akerley. I don't know.
Well,
Anyway,
people are stupid.
that's not I don't
Like,
know. That's weird.
no, it's true. No, it's true.
Well, yes, they are.
Like, I always, because I grew up like collecting baseball, football, hockey, basketball cards and stuff. I always made sure when, like, after I pronounced it Mario Lemieux, once I realized that was the wrong thing to do, I made it a point to learn how to pronounce people's names. Because fucking hockey players' names are fucking really hard to pronounce.
Patrick Roy.
Right.
I still call him Patrick White because fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy anyway.
Yeah.
But
It's fun. Getting
like
punched and getting beat
I
up.
Yeah.
it's a point of contention for me to make sure that I pronounce people's names the right way.
I always ask.
and know how
Except
to
for-
do it.
Except for Mike's name, because I think that was
other
one.
people were probably calling me Akerley, and I probably just didn't say anything. I mean, it's just one of those. I just after a while, I just it's Akerley, whatever.
I prefer to be corrected.
Well, I did,
I know.
and you're like, huh?
No, he had to say it like 4 times because I was like,
I'm a low talker.
I was like, what are you saying? Hey, Curly?
Hey,
No. Oh, that's how you pronounce your name. All right. Well, hey, Curly. Thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks
Appreciate
for having
it. YouTube, iTunes. That'll be up at some point.
Yeah.
So. Woo.
blah blah blah.